No Face Movements, January 16, 2013. I'm bringing warnings and watches on space weather till January 20th, 2013. We got a lot of news today to bring you. I got the flu, but I'm still here bringing you guys information because this is what I do. Alright, for the first time ever, for the past few days, I am overwhelmed with news. I got news from all over the planet, and I'm going to bring you all I can. Alright, so let's get into space weather. And I'm putting warnings and watches out for Xclass Solar flare. It's for 1654. It can happen anytime. 1656, 1658. They can produce M-class solar flare anytime, and they can produce an X-class solar flare anytime. 1654 is crackling non-stop with C and M-class solar flare, and the solar wind is heading towards the Earth for the past few days. Alright, as you can see in this picture, you can see right here, they're super big. Both of these solar flares right here, see them? At 1654 could produce X-class solar flare, and they're big. And AR 1656 could produce an X-class solar flare too. Alright, I believe that these are all filaments. They're connected, so if they erupt, they're all going to blow up at the same time, but no matter what, 1654 is a filament. They're connected. 1656 could be connected to them too. Alright, so let's move on. And,
chance of flares. So far today, solar activity is low. However, that could be the calm before the storm. The magnetic field of big sunspot AR 1654 has grown more complex. It is now classified as a beta gamma delta magnetic field, which means it harbors energy for X-class eruptions. If there is a flare today, the blast would be Earth-directed. This sunrise shot, taken at dawn on January 16th by Jan Coleman on the bank of the Westerschelde River in the Netherlands, shows how AR 1654 circled is almost directly facing our planet.
And AR 1654 and AR 1656 are going to be with us to the 18th and 19th. So I got M the X-class solar flare. But if it does erupt, it is going to do an X-class solar flare. And it's going to be at least an X5, an X6. It could even produce 1654 and X9. Alright, I made a video a few days ago, warnings and watches for a solar flare that could wipe out modern civilization. And that one AR 1654 holds enough energy to do that. AR 1656 could produce an X-class and could cause out blackouts, brownouts around the world. Alright, and cell phone distribution. Sunspot complex AR 1654 and AR 1656 was clearly visible through the clouds and mist, says Coleman. It was a wonderful sunrise, even at 8 degrees Celsius. That's pretty cold, folks. Alright, now this is what my other part. I'm going to bring you guys more information tomorrow. But this is a picture of the auroras coming in to our Earth. All these other spots that you see are city lights. Alright, and this is the aurora. This is from the M-class solar flare that keeps on erupting. It's coming in from AR 1654. Alright, and you can see it. And if you look up at the corner auroras over here, you can see the intensified activity over Canada and the North Pole, over Greenland. Let me get you guys a better view of that. And Iceland's right there, that's Greenland. And that's the North Pole, Alaska, Canada. Alright. And it's pushing down. Alright. But what amazed me is when you go click on this, and we're going to click on it, aurora by satellite. Alright. The camera used is unavailable. Exposure time unavailable. Aperture unavailable. ISOE unavailable. Date taken unavailable. But they tell you the date up here was January 13th, 2013, taken by Mark Connor. Alright. Now you think, oh, well, I'm going to end there and, well, I'm going to find this out, right? So what I did Just took this, copy and paste it, and this is what I found out. It's run by Defense Meteorological Satellite Program, and I'm gonna bring more updates, and we're gonna do more introduction because this is proof that something is watching Earth as we go through this. Earth Observation Group, Defense Meteorologist Satellite Program, Data Research Products. Alright, the Department of Defense Force Space and Missile Systems Center. That's the Air Force Space and Missile Systems Center. Alright, so we're going to read a little bit about this.
The Earth Observation Group at NGDC is home to the Defense Meteorological Satellite Program archive. In addition to maintaining the archive, the EOG performs research on the data as well as creating products. The DMSP is a Department of Defense program run by the Air Force Space and Missile Systems Center. The DMSP designs, builds, launches, and maintains satellites monitoring the meteorological, oceanographic, and solar terrestrial physics environments. Each DMSP satellite has a 101-minute sun-synchronous near-polar orbit at an altitude of 830 kilometers above the surface of the Earth. The visible and infrared sensors collect images across a 3,000-kilometer swath, providing global coverage twice per day. A combination of day, night, and dawn-dusk monitoring of global information, such as clouds every 6 hours. The microwave imager and sounders. Thank you. Cover 1/2 the width of the visible and infrared swath. These instruments cover polar regions at least twice and the equatorial region once per day. The space environment sensors, J4M IES, record along track plasma densities, velocities, composition, and drifts.
Alright, so they're watching the Earth, and they're watching the Earth for clouds. They got infrared watching the Earth. I wonder why they got infrared satellites. You can see that they're the Department of Defense is part of it. The Force Space and Missile System is part of it. I'm gonna get into some more deep research and bring you, but that's not all they're looking after. One of the world's scientific magazines. They're measuring the economy activity from outer space. Measuring economy activity from outer space is a new frontier in a struggle to quantify humanity's impact on the natural world. Alright. I'm gonna have the links at the bottom. Alright, I'm gonna do some more research on this. Alright. But there's a lot of stuff going on. This is the image. So you can see that the solar flares, I'm at the solar wind. They got pictures of it. They can see the magnetic and the geostorms hitting the Earth. They can see every single city that's lit up. I put warnings and watches out there to the 20th for Xclass Solar flare. At any given point in time, I got warnings and watches because our sun is act up because of the solar maximum, and from the gravitational pull because we're still in the central galactic plane. I still got warnings and watches out for severe storms. I got warnings and watches out for geomagnetic storm from the non-stop solar winds that they're watching. I got warnings and watches out for earthquakes and volcano activities to the 20th, folks. I want everyone out there to be prepared. Have a bug out kit in your home, in your place of business, in your car. You never know what a national disaster, a catastrophic event, or something could happen. Please have a bug out kit in your home and your place of business. Please follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Critterbox, Godlike Production. Please rate, subscribe, and comment. I'm going to do some more research on why they're watching our economies and stuff from space. So basically it looks like they're looking down on us. Alright, folks. But it's a good thing that they can see the solar flare. They can see where the intensified the storm is. So you would figure out all these storms up here on Iceland, around what's over here? I think it's Sweden or Finland. Down here is Europe, Britain. They can see all the intensification from these storms. This might be Britain actually. No, Britain is down here. So yeah, that's Sweden or Finland. They can see the lights and stuff. I'm gonna bring more updates on this. We're going to have a lot more videos today. This is the movement to next time. Facing off.